wanted to give some tips for somebody who's just starting out trying to learn the piano. If you're trying to become classically trained, then you're going to need to take lessons, and you're going to need classical music and books, and you're going to have to learn your bass clef, treble clef, left and right hands, everything. If you're like me and you just want to play, I call it the fake book style, then there's other methods. Lessons, of course, would help, but lessons really didn't do me much good. First off, what do I mean by the fake book way? I mean that I can read the bass clef, I can read the sheet music on the left, but I don't read it quick enough to keep up with myself. I don't know why, I just don't. It just doesn't work that way for me. So I go the fake book style, which just shows you a chord, and I make up what makes sense there. More on that in a second. If you're just starting off and you want to learn how to read the sheet music, as a kid, something my mother did, and this really helped, is she would find a piece of sheet music and then write the notes out. So if it was an E, she'd write an E. If it was an F, she'd write an F. Actually next to the notes. And on the piano, she found stickers that could easily be removed, and she put stickers on each note. So I would see the note, see an F next to it, know to press the F, because there's an F here. So what I was actually doing is I was learning the notes on the sheet music at the same time I was learning the notes on the keyboard itself, or on the piano. I learned on a piano. Especially on the keys themselves. The stickers, and you don't have to use stickers, I think they actually sell these cardboard things that'll slide behind the keys and line up perfectly. That helps so much, because once you get it in your head that where is C? I know where C is, I know it's another one there, and I know there's another one there. When you're first learning and you actually can look and it's written out, here's an E, here's another E, because there's an actual E sticker or an E up here that tells me, that helps. Memorizing what keys are what. Writing it out on the sheet music, good for a while, especially as a kid. It really helped as a kid, to see the letters and match them up. Eventually, though, my mother removed the stickers, said, now figure it out, and stopped writing the notes in. And that brings me to what the next best thing is. Play what you like. I can't stress that enough. If you're playing a classical song because you want to learn it, and you're doing the whole canon thing, and you hate that song, and it's something you just don't listen to, you don't like that kind of music, you hate it, don't use that to learn. Learn with music that you absolutely love. So in other words, when I was a kid, the easiest way to learn was Disney. Because as a kid, you know Disney. And most adults know Disney, especially if you have kids. And so learning from this, it's so easy because you know the melodies so well. So let me find something in here as an example. That's one of my first songs I ever learned. Let's Go Fly a Kite from Mary Poppins. Because very few notes, got a sharp in there maybe, very simple. And what helps when you know the song so well, if you hit a wrong note, you know you hit a wrong note. It's Let's Go Fly a Kite, and you go, that's not right. You know it. You know you've hit something wrong, because it's like ingrained in your head how that melody should go. If you're learning some crazy classical song, just because that's the way you think you should learn, and you're doing, and you hit a wrong note, you may not know you hit a wrong note. When you're learning something, I truly believe that when you're learning a song that you know how it goes, then you almost know that the next note's going to be a little higher or the next note's going to be lower. So it's helping you read the music. It's helping you understand the notes where they should be. And it tells you also if you're hitting a wrong note because you just know how that melody goes. That brings me to the fake book style of playing. I started out with fake books, so they only showed me the chord that was supposed to be there. Okay? So, and for the longest, I would just hit the chord. Like it said E flat, once I learned, first I learned songs that were just very simple, D, F, G. Once I learned more flats and sharps, then I would play these, but I still would play and then once you get used to playing the chords, they're starting to get engraved in your head. Then what my fake book style is just take that chord and break it up. So if it's an E flat instead of this, just break it up. Just hit one of the notes down here, hit another one up here, or B flat, which is B flat, D, F. Just break it up. How about B flat, F, B flat, back to D. And so the fake book method that I like to play is just taking the chord and breaking it into pieces. So instead of it being, break it up. And then also what you can do is start adding the chords into the actual melody itself. So instead of going, start combining them. So when I see a G minor, I might go. So Disney I found good to start with, and then I just started buying all kinds of music I like, Ray Charles, Billy Joel, had some Creedence Clearwater in there, of course your Beatles stuff, but the idea was play what you like. Why play something you don't like? Why play an old classical song or why play anything you don't want to actually hear? I never understood that. Never understood learning songs that you wouldn't play on the radio. You wouldn't put a CD in. And this one is not a fake book. This has the bass clef, but I still don't like playing it. And I because I just never learned it quick enough. But it's always, I just think it's so simple to read the chords and then just flesh them out. So A minor, I could hit an A, an E, and an A. So that's like my other tip there, is to just take the chords and flesh them out. And now you can sit down at a piece of sheet music and play it. You might not, you're not. You're not going to be able to sit down in front of a classical piece and just start banging out everything. But you'll be able to sit down to I Want to Hold Your Hand. So, in short, beginners, little tips and tricks, recap. The first stuff, learning your sheet music, write the notes next to the notes. also have that little cardboard strip that tells you what the notes are, or put little stickers or something that can peel off, don't ruin your keys. And so you start to get that coordination. This circle means this note. This little circle means that note. It starts to mesh into the brain. Other thing is, play what you know. You know, if you're a huge Billy Joel fan, play Billy Joel. And then the other thing is the fake book style. And even in some books, if you look at it, they don't give you very much to work with, so you're going to have to do this anyway if you really want it to sound good. And then that's just like the most basic ways. That's just some of the most basic things that inspired me to keep learning how to play and to get better at it, and to just keep motivated, is playing what you know and really enjoying what you're doing, and don't think of it as lessons. And honestly, there was a year or two that held me back because I was learning stuff that I just didn't want to play. I didn't have any interest in listening to. It was all weird classical stuff. And okay, so I'm not able to go and play a concert piano event, and I cannot play beautiful classical music, but I can sit down and have some fun in front of the thing. So which would you rather? I personally would just like to sit down and have some fun with it. So those are some of the tips and tricks of what helped me learn when I was younger and still do to this day. So hope that helped in some way. Probably not, because I probably just rambled and didn't make much sense, but I tried.